Bring the village board meeting to order, October 27th, 2025, 6 o'clock p.m. And we need a roll call.
Karas.
Here.
Ventrini.
Here.
Anastasio.
Here.
Bhatia.
Here.
Doxy.
Here.
DeGroot.
He's here. So the next item is C, Pledge of Allegiance. Join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the first item that the next item that we have is a presentation in the other news department. The Police and Fire Commission unanimously voted to appoint Dustin Ellis as the next fire chief for South Shore Fire Department on October 22nd, 2025. I say October 22nd because he needed a little bit of time to clear his background check and such things, and this is the soonest that we were able to make that official announcement. Chief Ellis has been a dedicated member of the department since January 2010, serving the community with professionalism and integrity. Over the past 15 years, he's held several key roles with the department, including firefighter paramedic, lieutenant, and battalion chief. And I guess we should also mention interim chief, demonstrating outstanding leadership and commitment at every level. A promotional ceremony celebrating this great achievement will be held at Fire Station number 8 in the near future. At Dustin's request, the ceremony will coincide with other South Shore Fire Department promotions, allowing the department to celebrate these accomplishments collectively. So please join me in congratulating Chief Ellis. And I asked Chief Ellis to come up and say a few words if he was so inclined. So you can say anything you want, Chief, but no budget requests.
Okay, got it. First of all, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. I couldn't have gotten where I've gotten in this position without the support of the men and women of the South Shore Fire Department. We're here to make you guys proud, and that's what we're going to continue to do. And like you said earlier, a promotional ceremony will be at a date to be determined, probably within the next 30 days or so. Thank you.
One question. Will you be bringing gummy bears all the time now?
They're in the car. I actually forgot them. I had gummy snakes today, or sour snakes today, but I left them in the car. So, but yes.
Again, congratulations,
Thank
Chief Ellis.
Chief.
Okay, so the next item is public comment. Members of the public are welcome to provide comments on any matter. Please fill out a comment form and the president will recognize you. Use the microphone, state your name and address for the public record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Do I have anything from clerk? All right. Anybody here in chambers wishing to speak for the public? No? All right. Going once, going twice. With nobody having public comment to make, we can close public comment. And then we'll go on to the next item, which is the consent agenda. And Ram will read the consent agenda.
Yes. Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
So I hear a motion and a second for the consent agenda. It's a voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So the consent agenda is approved. So under new business, we have a public hearing ordinance 14-2025 zoning map amendment 6625, 6617, 6611, 6533, 6525, 6409, and 6401 Washington Avenue. It's a half a block, my understanding. ZMA 25-09. So following a brief discussion, or a brief presentation by the staff, I will open the public hearing. If you wish to speak, please fill out a public hearing form, which is on the table next to the entrance. Once recognized, speakers should come to the podium and identify themselves with their name and address. Please speak clearly into the microphone. Speakers must direct all discussions towards the board. I will not allow interchange between the members of the audience and the petitioner. We request that you not interfere with nor interject comments while another person has the floor. This is to ensure a respectful and orderly process. Please keep all comments on the particular item before the board and at most 5 minutes. Finally, to ensure a focused and productive hearing, please turn off or mute all electronic devices. Mr. Schultz.
Mr. President, trustees, the applicant proposed to amend the zoning map for 6625 and 6617 Washington Avenue from RL to C2 in order to expand the business currently operating under a home occupations Class B permit. The village staff added 5 other parcels to match the same amendment. Those parcels either already contain businesses such as 6611, 6533, and 6525 Washington Ave, or are currently marketed as commercial such as 6409 and 6401 Washington Avenue. 6525 is also currently split zoned, which is no longer permitted after we updated the zoning code in 2020. The comprehensive plan lists all these properties as mixed residential commercial. Given their locations on a state trunk highway, we find it unlikely that these properties will have future low-density residential uses. Therefore, the staff included these parcels in the ordinance to clean up the zoning map and allow for easier redevelopment of the subject parcels. The C2 district accommodates moderate intensity commercial, low intensity manufacturing, and upper story residential uses. High intensity commercial uses such as drive-throughs, gas stations, and automobile repair and sales are prohibited in the C2 district. The Plan Commission reviewed and unanimously recommended the approval of the ordinance at their October 22nd meeting last week.
So, at this point, I would open up the public hearing part of this. I don't have anything from clerk. Anybody in chambers wishing to speak either for or against this? Now would be your time. Anybody? Mr. Perk, would you like to come up?
Just got one question.
No questions, not until you tell the world who you are for the public record, sir.
Michael Perk, 6410 Washington Avenue. Just had a question when you're talking about medium or low density, I can't remember what you said, manufacturing has not been an area that manufacturing has been allowed. What type of manufacturing is that?
We consider it low intensity manufacturing under the zoning. Think like cabinet shop, shoemaker, things that you'd commonly see mixed in a commercial area. Nothing like, maybe some small scale food manufacturing, like a small brewery or something like that, but nothing that would need a semi truck or anything that intense. So just kind of think like what you'd be fine living kind of close to, but not directly adjacent to.
What zoning would that have been prior to this? I have some knowledge of that, and I was just wondering what would it have corresponded to B1 before, or?
A mixture of either B1 or M1.
Okay. And just one other thing, this is not leading to another TIF district, is it?
No.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else wishing to speak, public? Got 5 minutes. All right, going once, going twice. There being nobody else wishing to speak on this subject, we can close the hearing part of it. But before I move to motion, Mr. Perk, if you'd kindly fill out one of the the signups, just so we've got you for the record. Thank you.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve ordinance 14-2025, amending the zoning map as presented.
Second.
So I hear a motion and a second. This would be our time as the board to ask Sam any questions that you would think would be pertinent for the rezone. I think the public member asked what I was gonna ask, if you could just define a little bit, broader what's in and what's out with, the intention of this. Because all of these, they're mostly homes, small-scale homes, and we were assuming that, this would be for real estate offices, that kind of thing.
Yeah, those types of uses kind of pop up in the short term, often as the homes get converted into a commercial. But this would then allow some more wider scale consolidation and redevelopment. Some of these parcels, because they are platted, before the town at the time even had a land division code, are oftentimes very narrow and very deep. And so we think it's likely that some of these parcels will get consolidated together. A few examples of things that are allowed in C2 under the commercial uses include things like animal grooming, business or trade schools, daycare centers, financial services, hotels, business or professional offices, medical clinics, restaurants, that kind of thing.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
Yes, Sam, if in the future any one of these properties is sold and the new buyer doesn't want to have any commercial, it's only residential, would this still apply, or would we have to convert back to the residential zoning?
It depends. If it's in a residential building that's currently occupied as residential and it was continuously occupied up until that point, they would just continue to have legal non-conforming status. So they would be perfectly protected and could continue operating as residential. If it stopped being commercial for more than a year, or stopped being residential, sorry, for more than a year, they would lose those non-conforming rights. So they would be able to establish residential, but it would need to be on the second story. So think kind of more of a mixed-use building. You couldn't have residential use on the first story anymore. Because it is comp planned as either residential or commercial, theoretically someone could come back and request residential again. So the
Yeah.
board does have the flexibility in the circumstance to flip-flop back if you received a petition in 5 years for a apartment building or something like that.
Well, I think we can all agree that State Highway 20 is a pretty busy street, and I just don't see where somebody's going to be buying it in the future for residential, knowing that they got to back out onto a highway or turn around on their own narrow lot.
Yeah, it would probably take a consolidation of a good number of those parcels to be interested in some sort of mixed-use building with them. But we haven't seen a lot of that development, so I wouldn't consider it likely within the next 5 to 10 years. There's probably easier places to do that than right here, but never say never.
Okay, so we have a motion on this. Let's call a vote on ordinance 14-2025, ZMA 25-09.
Karas,
Aye.
Venturini,
Aye.
Anastasio,
Aye.
Bhatia.
Me?
Yep.
Aye.
Doxy,
Aye.
I don't know, I didn't hear my name.
Aye, motion carries. So the next item is discussion and possible motion regarding the renewal of contract with Root Pike Wind Stormwater Information and Education Program.
I make a motion to approve the contract for professional services from Root Pike Wind for meeting the information and education components of the village's WPDES permit for an amount of $12,188.
Second.
So I hear a motion and a second. Back to Sam, or Tony, you're going to take this? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So yes, this is a proposed two-year renewal of a contract with the Root Pike Watershed Initiative Network for a implementation of an information and education program for the village to satisfy the requirements in our stormwater permit. So for anybody not familiar with the Root Pike Watershed Initiative Network, their mission is to promote and enhance our local watersheds. So they're really perfectly cut out for this kind of work. We've contracted with them for well over a decade at this point, and there are well over a dozen other municipalities in southeast Wisconsin who do the same. So there's a lot of consolidation of effort and economies of scale here with going along with Root Pike Wind to do this. They have a wide audience. They target the general public, contractors, public officials, whoever it may be, and they use a lot of different passive and active approaches to get the message out, whether it be social media or a booth at an event or webinars. They do a really good job of meeting the conditions of the permit and going well beyond that. So I think for the village or any other municipality who uses them to go alone would cost much, much more to get the same end product.
And again, for our edification, how long does the contract run?
This is a 2-year contract, and it's proposed as a no increase contract. So it's the same annual amount as it has been for the last 2 years. A little over $6,000 a year.
Okay.
I like those no price increase contracts, so.
Well, it makes you wonder if they're overcharging us 2 years ago. No, Root Pike Wind does awesome work, and they've been just tremendous partners to the village, and it's just good to know that they continue to engage their mission of clean waterways and best practices forward. So, in the matter of the renewal of contract for Root Pike Wind, I think we could just do a voice vote on this, can't we? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposed, we will grant that motion. Motion approved. So the next item, item B, is discussion and possible motion regarding a First Amendment to the agreement between SWDUD Swadud and Christina Estates Edition Number 1 Wet Pond Maintenance.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the First Amendment to the agreement between the Mount Pleasant Stormwater Utility Drainage Utility District and certain lot owners for the Christina Estates Edition Number 1 Wet Detention Basin.
Second.
So I hear a motion in a second. Back to Tony, I think? Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So quickly, the original agreement that was passed here was done because the Christina Estates Edition Number 1 subdivision was built, and because of current water quality requirements through the state and locally, they had to put in a wet detention pond for water quality purposes. It happens that that pond falls within a much larger regional pond owned by the village. And because of the orientation of everything with the sewers coming in that were owned by the village and now the new subdivision, it made sense for the village to own this pond and then charge back maintenance according to the lots that were contributing. So this First Amendment is coming about because we now have an additional subdivision that is tributary to this pond that needs to also share in that future maintenance of this wet pond. So that is the Christina Estates East subdivision. It adds about, I think, another 10 lots, but basically what this is doing is doing that math and making sure that costs get appropriated accordingly in the future as needed.
Any thoughts or questions? All right, so in the matter of the First Amendment to the agreement between SWDUD and Christina Estates Edition Number 1. Do I need a?
All in favor.
We'll take another voice vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that motion carries. Reports, looking this way, go ahead.
Do you have anything, Jim?
I reports?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay,
I
well,
was-
no.
I was looking at you.
No, because I wanted to yield to him if he had anything.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. President, I'd like to have this opportunity to recognize Officer Ramos. I want to give him attaboy and kudos at the recent Racine Kenosha Habitat for Humanity Gala. Officer Ramos was recognized for his service and extraordinary service at the cop house and the difference he has made to the neighborhood. He was also the guest speaker at the gala, so I want to recognize him, give him attaboy, and we are very fortunate to have officers on our police force, who look after the community and who go extra mile. So, Chief, please pass on our congratulations and recognition to Officer Ramos.
All right.
By the way, Trustee Washburn wanted to do that, so I want to acknowledge that this is on behalf of Trustee Washburn. too.
Thank you. Looking over this way, Dave? I think Andrew has some.
All right, so as of Friday, I will have, I'll be turning in my resignation from being a village trustee. It's been a great adventure. I would like to thank all the trustees and all the village staff. I learned a lot, and never did I ever think I was gonna be part of municipal government. I've had a lot of fun. There's been some trying times, and it's been very interesting, but right now I have to focus on work and some other endeavors that I'm involved with. But someday I'm not ruling out coming back in to serve the people of Racine County in another form, in some other office. So, but right now I'm just gonna be stepping down, and I'd like to thank just everybody. Thank you.
Well, should we weigh in, or should we applaud, or, what's the right thing to do here?
I think we should say thank you for your service. I think the Village of Mount Pleasant has been blessed to have your service, and it's been a pleasure to serve with you. And like you said, I hope that you come back in some other shape or form whenever your what's on your plate allows that. But thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm speaking of myself.
Yeah, same thing, thank you. It's been a pleasure serving with you for, I think, 3 years approximately, and learned a lot from you, and I listened to your input, and I appreciate everything you brought to the table.
Thank you, and I hope that you do decide to come back here or some other role in public service, because I think you've done a good job and served the residents well. So I enjoyed working with you, Andrew.
Yeah, and I do also want to thank you, and you've been a great mentor and next door neighbor to me here, so it's just been great, thanks.
And it has been good working with you, Andrew. I certainly echo everybody's thoughts. One thing that I heard, I don't think it was a rumor, that you've bought yourself a sailboat. And I do know that those kinds of things take a lot of time and an awful lot of money that you have to continue to shovel into them. So I think that's probably one of your next endeavors is, doing the nautical stuff. As they mentioned, the two happiest moments of your life, number one is when you buy a sailboat, and number two is the day that you sell it.
Well, I'll say that the boat wasn't the reason I left, but looking at how busy I'll be, and then also wanting to get out on the boat, this will give me a little more time when we get to next summer. So, I'll text you guys, maybe we go out on it.
Thank you for the offer. Thank you for your service, sir. Let's send them off. And in honor of your service, how about if you give the one last motion?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I hear a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you very much.